the UK, a British hospital says it missed an opportunity to alert national health authorities about a suspected meningitis case. By law, all suspected cases of meningitis must be reported to the authority without waiting for lab confirmation. 2 people have died and more than 10,000 people vaccinated since the outbreak of the infectious disease in Kent earlier this month. The Health Ministry says it is taking the matter seriously and added that the delay appeared not to have had a material impact on the spread of the disease. A partly cloudy Thursday in store for Gauteng tomorrow, with afternoon showers and thunder showers expected. Johannesburg drops to an overnight low of 16, peaking at 28, Pretoria 18 and 30, and Vereeniging drops to 17, reaching a high of 28 degrees. Loluthando Ngeno, Eyewitness News.
EWN, in touch, in tune, and independent. For the latest, visit ewn.co.za or download the EWN app. Comfort ends where Marawa Sports Worldwide begins.
Sitting and chatting with
Rob, that's it.
not something that
But it smells of match fixing. Relebuyile scores 3 legitimate goals. Barike match fixing. Baswile, it's fine. We are coming and we are coming for that PSL title.
Yeah, but this one is worrisome, and it's worrisome. Maybe they just want to give title the PSL, but Sundowns will triumph with it. Some teams are getting it very, very easy. 6 goals is too much, especially towards the end of the season.
Now Mupukeng hunting that hat-trick.
I need to respond to the guy that he says he's not happy about Pirates' result. Yes, he's right, because he's a Sundown supporter. So Pirates, they were not wanted to make Sundown supporters happy. They wanted to make their supporters happy, of which is Orlando Pirates supporters. So he mustn't come in with the unproven allegations and say, no, I'm not happy. If he's not happy, he's right. The teams are losing.
Like TS Galaxy were not even bothered that they're conceding a lot of goals, 6 goals in a match. It smells of corruption or match fixing, actually.
If it's shaking sport, we are already on it.
Bafana Hugo Brewer says that facing Panama in 2 international friendlies this month is exactly the right preparation as South Africa builds towards the 2026 FIFA World Cup.
Well, Panama is ranked 30 places higher than we. Same style of playing like Mexico. It was the right choice. So Lydia, the CEO, told me, yes, Brazil want to play against us. I said, oh, very good, why not in May? Yeah, they asked $5 million to come. A few months ago, Argentina want to play also in Johannesburg against us. €5 million. It's easy to say, why not that? Why not that? So Panama is not coming free either. You have to pay also.
Hashtag MSW.
In fact, let's take our very first caller tonight, Sungosi.
I just need them to bring those time of maybe take Makala Venebungu where we see boxing live matches. Because if I'm not mistaken, I'm subjected to be corrected. Those times, those period of Venebungu, the boxing was number 2 sport in South Africa.
How many dogs do you have?
Sorry?
So 3 dogs versus 3
Hey,
in South
Rob, come on. I will ask Mr. Tando Mandana to interfere now.
Marawa Sports Worldwide on 947, Vuma FM, Rise FM, and Sowetan Live.
Right, from 3 dogs, we focus our attention now on whether it's 3 million or 5 million. How much does it cost to bring Argentina, to bring Brazil, or maybe for countries to go the opposite direction? Stick around. This is hashtag MSW. Listen, I'm looking forward to chatting to Melissa Reddy coming up later on. Remember Mo Salah? It's done. He's announced last night that it's going to be curtains for him as well as Liverpool. So what are the implications? Any questions around that? I mean, even you just saluting, the king himself, the man that's broken so many records at Liverpool. I would love to hear from you. So send us those WhatsApp voice notes before that conversation. We'll also chat to Desiree Ellis. She's announced her squad. It's Marawa Sports Worldwide, proudly brought to you by Hollywood Bets.
The thrill, the drama, the action. Let the game begin. Marawa Sports Worldwide on 947, Vuma FM and Rise FM. Powered by Hollywood Bets. If it matters in sport, it lands here first.
This matter will not be swept under the carpet.
Marawa Sports Worldwide.
It's in their hands. It's for them to lose it.
Hashtag MSW on 947, Vuma FM, Rise FM, and Sowetan Live.
All right, let's begin our crisscross around the world. Hey, it is hashtag MSW Marawa Sport Worldwide, and football is a global language, as you and I know. And that is why tonight that tongue speaks with a Zambian accent on one of the most iconic stages. So as the clock starts to tick down now to the 31st of March, all eyes turn to the legendary La Bombonera. If you know that stadium, you know exactly what I'm talking about, a fortress of passion. It's basically a theatre of dreams where Zambia will step onto the pitch to face the world champions Argentina. I mean, this is more than just a friendly game. It's a statement, a bold declaration of ambition, a defining test against the very, very best. I think for Zambian football as well, it's a moment to measure progress. I look at it and think, ignite a little bit of belief and give rising stars a taste of the elite competition. And it's all about growth, exposure, also proving that Chipolopolo belong on the global stage. And leading that vision, a true legend of the African game, a man who knows exactly what it means to compete at the highest level. And we are joined by the vice chairman of Zambia's national teams and technical committee, the iconic, the one and only Kalusha Bwalia. And we head all the way through to Morocco in Rabat. And we say, hi, Kalusha, welcome to the show.
How's it, Rob? You're well.
No, I should be asking you the globetrotter here.
No, I'm around. I'm at home.
And just the feeling, Kalusha, firstly, of just me mentioning that Zambia going to be playing against Argentina. How does that sound?
Yeah. Thank you so much, Rob. Thank you so much for this opportunity. And also, it's been a while. Thank you to all the listeners. It came as a surprise. I think sometimes in these moments, where the world is today, Argentina was scheduled to play against Spain in Qatar, and we all know what is happening in the Middle East. And so the opportunity came, to Zambia through our contacts. We've been in this game for, maybe close to 40-something years now. So when the call came, I also almost fell off my chair, to think, which Argentina are you talking about? But needless to say, it's a wonderful opportunity, like you just mentioned, international exposure. That's what Zambia wants. Zambia is a powerhouse in African football. Maybe not now. We went through a dip, but this is some of the games that you have to play in order to come out from there. It's a great motivation for whether you're in Limpopo, or whether you're in Senegal, or whether you're in Zambia, in the provinces. So for an African player to come up and play for the national team, represent his country, and then play against Brazil, play against Argentina, play against Lionel Messi, I think that is what every African aspires to be, every footballer. So we're very, very proud. We're still, arranging everything, but all systems go, and we're lucky that we're confirmed for the 31st of March to play against Argentina, the La Bombonera in Buenos Aires.
I was going to ask you about that. Just that name, La Bombonera in Buenos Aires. I mean, you mentioned a couple of names. You talk about the best football player to have won the most Ballon d'Ors that we know, most decorated. We could always talk about him and Ronaldo in the same breath, depending which side a person leans on. But, hey, La Bombonera, that's where you're heading off to on Sunday?
Yeah, Friday. So it's a major moment for Zambian football. Our ambition is always to compete at this stage. You know that. It's a learning opportunity for all of us. The passion, you have watched games there in South America, the way the people, they support their teams, the way they play. That's why we have so many world champions from, if you look at Uruguay and Brazil and Argentina from South America. So, that passion that comes up from there, we can learn a lot. It's good for us. It's, when you're developing people, sometimes you tell them that, the same football, Rob, that is played here in Africa is the same football. The same football they play in Zambia, the same football we play in South Africa. It's the same football that is being played in Europe. And sometimes the people, they look at you and like you are talking, rock science. But we are trying to develop players that they can play at that level. So we get a chance, as Zambia representing Africa, in my opinion, to play at such a match. It's top quality. Even though Zambia is not in the World Cup, but we want one day to go to the World Cup. And play against such players and such teams. So yeah, we're really pleased with this opportunity that has come to us, and we want to improve and do our best. Score maybe 1 or 2 goals there. People will talk about them for 100 years. We won't even be there when the people will be talking about the Zambia scored 2 goals in Buenos Aires.
Yeah, no, exactly.
The world champions.
I was going to say that the guys can turn on the magic, and that's the beauty about this game, is that you find, in terms of intention, similar styles of play. They play the ball to the ground, they find their men, it's quick, short passes, etc. And that is why I was thinking, Kalusha, that a match of this magnitude, in my opinion, and I would love your opinion as well, I see it as a game that can fast-track the development of younger players in ways that domestic football cannot.
Yeah, absolutely. Most of the Zambians up to now, they've not believed that Zambia is going to play Polo Polo. Their favorite Polo Polo is playing against Argentina. So it just gives a different bounce to everybody. The energy is different. Under the new leadership of President Keith Mwemba, the young guy is a lawyer. So we are there to support. We're there to give good advice. It's an investment in the future generations. So the ambition of our country is right there. You see it. When the people say football development, solidarity, cultural experience. Before we even talk about development and tactics and all those things. So yeah, it is a wonderful opportunity, Rob. And like I say, this game will really put Zambia on the map, first of all, and also I think it's a great motivation for all Africans. Not only Zambians.
And you might have heard, as you were on hold, the clip that we played where Hugo Broos was talking about the fact that they also wanted, like, not even Bafana, but like in Argentina to come through, but that will cost 5 million. Brazil to come through, but that would cost 5 million. And then you find on the flip side, and I always say that sometimes these things are all about relationships that you develop, and you're a well-connected person globally. I mean, you wouldn't have been the 12th best player in the world and an African Footballer of the Year if you don't hold the stature that a Kalusha Balio holds. So in my opinion, relationships are important, and maybe that is why and how this deal eventually was clinched. So just in a nutshell, here's Zambia heading off, and Argentina says, what? We will pay everything for you.
Yeah, it's in the negotiations. Like you say, I don't think that Football of Zambia will ever have enough money, to bring big teams, to Zambia in a way. But in the time, that we've been around, Zambia played against Brazil in Beijing, in China, in 2013. Zambia played against Japan just before the World Cup. I think that was Japan's last game in America, in Florida. We played against them. 2014, the last game before they went to the World Cup in 2014. Was it in Brazil? So yeah, it's all about relationships. And also, I think you have to pedigree. Zambia won the World Africa Cup of Nations. The match talked about, the whole week last week. I heard you trying to explain how you have to win the Africa Cup on the pitch. So you know how difficult it is to win Africa Cup of Nations. So Zambia won in some gold in 2012. So yeah, we are there, and like you say, it's not easy for African teams to bring illustrious or to bring these big teams to our to our doors or to our stadiums, because it costs. Of course, the costs are huge. But at the same time, you have to find a way, to try and sell your sporting side, We sell the history. We sell, everything that we can, so that we can be able to play these games, because they also know that it is important that Brazil is playing, I think, against Algeria in the World Cup, so they need some African opposition. Argentina is playing against Algeria. They need some opposition against African teams.
Yes.
So I think that is also why we're here, because of the World Cup, because the opponents need to look. Can we? I heard Hugo Bros talking about who his opponents which opponents he would want to play against. So I think that is exactly what whether it's Argentina or Brazil, they think about the same, and we are rightly positioned in the front page, to say, look, guys, we are here. If you want a game, we'll give you a game. So we're very, very happy. To get this identity.
No, I was excited when I got the news. I was like, there's no way we can't share this with the rest of the continent to, literally just say, you know what, Zambia, off to Argentina, off to Buenos Aires.
Hi, this is Augusto Palacios Jr. And on behalf of the Palacios family, we are extremely proud of what Zambia Federation and Kalusha have been able to do for Africa in this kind of game. They will literally be one of the last teams that are not in the World Cup to play at the end of the Messi era. And I think that is something that all these players will be able to cherish. So well done to the Zambia national team, to the Federation, and to Kalusha. It's a very proud moment for Africa, and it's a great privilege, and we'll definitely tune in and we'll be cheering for you guys. Well done. Keep Africa alive.
Augusto Palacios Jr., thank you so much indeed. Kalusha, your quick response to that.
No, thank you so much. Professor, of course, is my good friend, and then, of course, I know the family well. Thank you so much. Yeah, like you rightly say, in this modern era, probably it will be in fact, it probably would be Lionel Messi's last game in Argentina as international. You never know. We wish them well. I think they're in my top 3 to win the World Cup in 2026 in the States and Mexico and, of course, Canada. So yeah, it will be a great experience for us, and we hope that we're up to the task and we give them a good run.
Good evening, Rob, and good evening to your shareholders. We are just talking about this thing you're talking about there, how expensive it is to bring the Brazil and your Argentina in South Africa. But my question is, Bafana or South Africa has ever been challenged by somebody else, or let it come South Africa, we're going to pay you so much in our hotel, in the pocket money, come and play with us. Is there anything like that for South Africa? Or is South Africa, since 1992, is South Africa always paying those countries to come and play with us?
Sure. Good question. I don't know if you or me should be answering that one now, Kalusha.
Yeah, no, I think we have capable people. You represent everybody in South Africa, so you can give it a go. I think you can answer. Like Rob said, what you have mentioned in the beginning, it's willing and dealing sometimes. We can't always be the poor guys. You understand? Because I think that we also in our own right as Africans, we have look at Senegal, look at Cote d'Ivoire, Cameroon, what they have been able to do. Of course, Morocco has been in the headlines, but they were third in the last World Cup, as an African team. So we have the talent, and it's up to us to find a way that we can do justice as administrators to the talent that we have, that we give them a platform. And also, I think without administrators, without footballers, there's one aspect that we need to always think about, and that is the football fan, and that is the supporters, because they are the people. If it wasn't for them, we would not be here. And so we have to think about what can we give to our supporters that they'll be able to talk about and give them motivation, to go to work. People tough in life. Life is tough enough already. But what are we going to give them so that they can be able to smile at the end of the day? So this is exactly what we're trying to do, to motivate everybody. So 360. We motivate everybody so that they feel proud to be who they are and playing such big games.
Yeah, when you come back and you've recovered from your jet lag, Kalusha, please, there's a seat waiting for you here. We love to talk to you about, the vision and the mission. I saw the split squad, one in Botswana, the other one going to Argentina.
Yeah.
So I'd love to delve into that because I think as Africans, it's a beautiful thing, whether you've qualified for the World Cup or you haven't qualified, the fact that there's a vision and there's a mission that's underway, it really says a lot. But congratulations and thanks again, Kalusha. African Football of the Year back in 1988 and also nominated for the 1996 FIFA World Cup Player of the Year, the 12th best player in the world. That's the man that I'm talking to on the phone right now. Kalusha, sir.
Thank you, Rob.
I salute you always, my friend.
Thank you so much, sir.
King Kalu.
Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you so much to your listeners and to everybody. And, we hope for the best and good luck to all the teams that are playing in this FIFA weekend.
Safe travels.
Cheers. Thank you so much, Rob. Thank you so much. Really appreciate it.
That's Kalusha Bwalya there. As I said, a stalwart in football. No introductions needed. Hey, Zambia. Safe travels, man.
#MSW live now on 947 Vuma FM, Rise FM, and Soweto Live at the same time. #MSW.
iPhone Air, the thinnest iPhone ever, is available now from MTN. It has a 6.5 Super Retina XDR display, durable ceramic shield front and back, and an A19 Pro chip. Get yours now for just $849 per month for 36 months on MTN Yellow Plans Core with data to use whenever you want and minutes to call any network. So, don't miss out. Visit an MTN store near you now. T's and C's apply. Today we make moves. MTN.
This Easter, when you travel to KwaZulu-Natal for culture, you find stories that live beyond the moment. Travel for the ocean and find the courage to meet the waves. Come for wildlife and capture your child seeing elephants for the first time. Travel for a weekend and leave with longer memories. Because when you travel to KZN, you get so much more than a destination. You live the feeling of the magical Zulu Kingdom. Choose so much more this Easter. Go to visitkznsa.com. Brought to you by the KZN Tourism and Film Authority.
Deal or No Deal now plays at 7:30. Not when it used to. But adjusting is what we do. We adjust the traffic points that work, then ask for change. We adjust the conversations we don't understand and reply confidently. My thoughts exec. So this one's easy. The same show, same host, same excitement. Just later. Deal or No Deal now plays every weekday at 7:30 on SABC2. Proudly sponsored by Lotto Star.
Lotto Stars, licensed by the Mpumalanga Economic Regulator. No under 18s. National Responsible Gambling Program. 0800 660 008. T's and C's apply. All games are fixed odds betting events.
Hey, chap, you know most football games have half-time, full-time, and extra time.
Yeah.
Well, guess what? The Fish and Chip Company has Laduma time.
Oh, what's that?
That's the time straight after the game when you are really hungry and you go to the Fish and Chip Company for their Laduma #1 meal. A small Russian chips and a 300ml body for only 39.90. Plus, you stand a chance to win one of 5 50-inch Samsung Smart TVs.
Laduma, let's go. The Fish and Chip Company.
Fresh, hot, and a lot.
Don't pay more than you need to for car insurance. 27-year-old Outsurance client Liam is saving big bucks.
Saving so much every month, around 640 Rand.
That's an amazing 640 Rand saving on Liam's 2024 Ranger. SMS out to 43503. Let's hear how 45-year-old Nivan feels about saving 461 Rand a month on his 2025 VWT Cross.
Save me so much money, 461 Rand.
Nice one. And after 3 claim-free years, you get an out bonus.
So much money.
Get a quote now and see how much money Outsurance could save you. SMS out to 43503. If you don't save, ask for 500 Rand or 1,500 Rand if you've been claim-free and with the same insurer for 3 years. Savings or cash. You have nothing to lose with Outsurance. SMS out to 43503. That's out to 43503. Licensed insurer in FSP. TCs and information online.
Preview Previously on Marawa Sports Worldwide.
Hi, this is just a message to Navi to thank her for showcasing boxing in South Africa in a different light and getting Graham and I hooked on this fantastic sport. And we can't wait to watch all the fights this weekend. Thanks, Niv. Love Jenna and Graham.
Amazing. Thanks, Jenna and Graham.
Also the driving force behind Africa's biggest boxing promotions. Nivi Grogo, thank you so much for joining us. So when the idea of the trilogy came about to just bring this boxing spectacle for South Africans?
Obviously, we didn't know who was going to be in the final. So the fact that we've got Rock versus Taysa in the final is an absolute bonus because of, their history, and they locked at 1-1. But it gives that sense of a knockout, that tournament style boxing. And I think that was like really the driving force, behind it.
Try to believe, though the going gets rough, that you gotta hang tough to make it. #MSW. #MSW.
He's in a league of his own.
Marawa Sports Worldwide.
And it goes through to the boundary.
This is where sport breaks, bends, and gets told straight.
All of us there have our smallanyana skeletons.
#MSW on 947, Boomer FM, Rise FM, and Sowetan Live.
All right, talk about powerful guests, man. My goodness, what a lineup tonight. Going to turn our attention now to the pride of South African football. I mean, the reigning queens of Africa, because when you speak about excellence, resilience, a team that kind of continues to raise the flag high, you are talking about Banyana Banyana. And at the heart of it all, a leader, a visionary, a serial winner, a woman who has transformed this team, no doubt about that, into continental champions. Her name is Dr. Desiree Ellis. I mean, Ellis has also named a very bold and exciting 24-player squad. When you look at it, it blends proven stars with the next generation. As South Africa prepares now for the crucial international friendlies against Algeria's women's national football team on the 14th and 17th of April. And it's more than just what we call preparation. It's the beginning of a defining journey. I mean, it's the Women's Africa Cup of Nations 2026, now rescheduled for July in Morocco. Morocco, the new champions. The stakes could not be higher. I tell you that. The stakes couldn't be higher. I mean, it's a semi-final finish that will punch a ticket now to the 2027 FIFA Women's World Cup in Brazil. Many storylines absorbing, it's gripping. I mean, so I don't know what the thinking is behind the selections. What's the roadmap to defending this continental crown, and how ready are Banyana for a year that could define their legacy once again? Let's go straight to the source for the next 10 minutes. Let's be, South Africa, sit back. Here's Dr. Desiree Ellis. Good evening and welcome, Coach.
Good evening, Rob, on a very stormy night.
Where are you?
I actually pulled over. I was driving, so I actually pulled over so that I can concentrate on it. She said I must take my car thing over the Bluetooth of the car, so I had to pull over.
Where's this, Joburg?
Yes, I'm in Joburg, yeah.
Oh, you know, the weather here, I think it's taken your city of Cape Town's weather. When we drove to the studio, it was sunny, it was beautiful, no storm, but we've seen crazy things, eh? Well, we're not going to have a stormy Banyana Banyana, are we?
No, we're not. We're really excited. When you look at the squad, 10 players that didn't play in the last match versus Morocco, but also 4 new players that come in since the COSAFA Cup. So it's really exciting. We just to have a look at some more players. We've had a look at others. Obviously, very excited when the league starts as well, because opportunity is there for more players, seeing that the tournament has now been shifted to July. I got asked the question today, is this the final squad? I said, heavens no, how can it be when we're a few months away from WAFCON?
I mean, how does that affect you, though? Because the mindset said one thing, you know, there's an original date and then there's a date that has now changed.
Well, Rob, the rumors have been going since January. I really felt for the players because, you know, a lot of them have put in a lot of work. Some clubs didn't even start their pre-season by the time we were preparing for COSAFA, but some of them came in like they've played matches, you know. We also had to manage the players. they played during the COSAFA Cup because nobody had played any games, and some clubs hadn't had pre-season. Some started the 19th, some started a week later, some started beginning of February. So we had to manage that as well. But we wanted to have a look at as many players, and if we wanted to win it, we could have played the Bambanani Mbanis, the Rafilwe Janis, but we would not have gained anything by it because now we had a look at 16, 17, 18-year-olds, 21-year-olds, and I was really excited. The future looks really, really bright. So, some have been rewarded to come and have a look again. We've brought in some new players as well that wasn't at COSAFA, about 4 of them, to have a look at them as well. And there's 2 international friendlies now, and of course Japan in June. It gives us a huge opportunity now to look at players and more players, because it's not just a WAFCON, it's a WAFCON to qualify for the World Cup. And a WAFCON eventually, when you get past that stage, to look if you can win it. So, the players know what is at stake, and I'm sure the players who were not there are saying, goodness, I have a chance now, the league is going to start soon. Tournament's only in July, so if I am consistent and I put up performances, then surely coach can't ignore me.
Yeah, I mean, I go back to the memories of the last World Cup. You guys in Australia, time zones were knocking us left, right, and center. But one thing I have very fond memories about is how this entire Primedia building came to a standstill. All 3 floors came to a standstill, watching the big screen, engrossed in women's football. That was a heartwarming moment that will never, ever be erased from one's memory. And now that I see you coming, through putting young talents together, I'll mention a name. I know sometimes it's not good to mention individuals, but someone like Torisho Mpelo, and she's there, one of the young talents. I mean, what can we expect, from players like that, young talents like that in these friendlies?
Look, she's very exciting, very quick, good winger that takes on players, and having a look at her, just making her understand what it is that we want in Banyana. You have a 17, 18-year-old Bonolo as well. You have a Zoe October, who I thought did really well. But when you look at our midfield, it's so stacked, so get her to play some games and then see what happens from there. But we're not forgetting those players. They're in the back of our minds. Rob, it's not just about now, Rob. It's about preparing for the future. We've seen come November, October, when we are struggling with players, when it's a long season, there's injuries, there's other competitions, and then we're struggling with players. So if we make our pool bigger, it gives us an opportunity to be able to say, Tembi's not there, Bongeka's not there, Jessica Wade is not there, Siboloya Wayne is not there, all not available due to medically not being fit. But we're still able to put up a fantastic squad. It just tells you that, our core group is getting bigger and bigger, and the young players are really exciting me because I think they're getting younger and younger, Rob.
And that's the core thing, because people never believed, Desiree, and you would know with the gazillion conversations we've had since you were playing the sport of football, that people never believed. And it's simply because nobody cared. Now there's somebody who cares. You've shown us how far you can go. And now everybody says, hey, I got a kid. You must come see this girl. She's so good. She's probably better than some of the boys in the neighborhood.
I'm getting messages for 12-year-olds, Rob. 12-year-olds, and
bring them on.
A little bit too young, but I think let her play boys football for the time being. You look at Magia, 22, turning 18 in June, going to the WAFCON. You look at Karabo Dlamini, 17 at the 2019 World Cup. Sibuleli, 18 at the 2019 World Cup. So we're not afraid to bring in the talent, but we must also make sure that we nurture that talent. Everybody's saying Zoe October, but you got to make sure that physically the player is ready, and not just bring her in to be able to dash her dreams. We did the same with Knox. Everybody was calling for her. We called her in when the time was right, but bringing them into camp just to be in the environment. I remember when the international players came to Polokwane, Zoe saw Tembi and Linda Angie burst out crying. Those are role models, and she's in the same group of players with them, and I think that was definitely inspiring.
Hi, Rob. This is Andrew from Rodipot. Rob, what a squad that was introduced by Desiree Ellis. And particularly, I would like to cite one player, Toriso Mpela, Rob. Rob, what a star. I think she's 16-year-old. I had a pleasure to watch her playing for Mamelodi Sundowns ladies and also now with JVW, Rob. Rob, the profile that she has, it's very rare and it's very unique, Rob. This lady plays very direct. She can run with the ball. She's very strong, fast. She has a goal. She plays with her left. She's an absolute star, Rob. One for the future. And well done to Desiree for giving her a chance at such a young age. I think there's more coming from her. Andrew from Rediport.
Andrew, you and I see the same thing, hey? Another vote of confidence.
Actually, we all three of us see the same thing.
No, beautiful
like
stuff.
I say, Rob, it's not how old you are, it's not how young you are, it's what you can bring to the game. You look at Noko Matlo at the age of 39 going to a World Cup. So for me, it's how much value you can add. Do you fit in how we play? Are you a team player? Do you fit in with the dynamics of the team? All of that. And when I looked at when Torisho scored a goal, there was no emotion. She was like just biting her lip, running to the corner.
Superstar status, Desiree. Superstar status. You know that.
I think she was just I scored a goal.
Give me more.
But really very exciting young talent coming through in all departments. So for us, that argues well. You look at the Casey Gordon, who's still under 20. Torisho is still under 17. Bonolo just about to turn 18. And Tabi Singh, I think 21. So really, really good young talent coming through. And I think it argues well. It argues well for the future that we have this bright talent. There's some that are not even here, like Kwezi Koza, like Okutle Sotoli, who played at Durban Ladies. I think he was just signed for UWC, was the player of the tournament at the Engine as a 15, 16-year-old playing in an under-20 tournament. So the future is really, really bright for South African football.
Good evening, Mr. Marawa, and good evening to the coach who coached us. Kulumana Sibongeleni Omkhwani Mr. Marawa. Good squad called up by Coach Des. I think it's a mix of youngsters and experienced players, and I think for us as supporters, we have to learn that whenever the national team coach select the squad, that is the squad that he or she believes that will do well for the nation. So for us, our job is easy, is to support whoever who is in the squad. I just want to wish them everything of the best in their 2 friendly games. Thank you, Mr. Marawa. Good show as always.
And then Rob, and good evening to Coach Des. Coach, one thing about you is the consistency and always selecting players that are currently in form. But quick one from my side, I heard that SAFA is considering splitting the Hollywood bets into 2 streams. How is that going to impact Banyana Banyana and your selection workload, considering that you'll now be required to travel between 2 streams? Just want to hear your views around that. Thank you so much.
Tebogo, thank you so much, Bongeli. Thank you guys for those voice notes. Des, maybe just very briefly, we don't have time to expand on that question, but it is an important question that Tebogo asked about, the split that's been talked about.
Look, nothing is confirmed yet, Rob. There is talk, yes. I think, it will assist. I think it will assist in terms of seeing more players. It will also assist in terms of, I think, not overloading the players. So when players get called up to the national team, they are fresh. Sometimes they play Saturday, Wednesday. That will help. I think if we can get another competition running, because obviously if the league is split, then there's less games. But if you can get another competition running, that would also help. I think when you're going to smaller leagues, I think the talent is concentrated in smaller groups. And then it will raise the levels of the competition, and we want to see the intensity improving. You want to see, good quality football, and I think that will happen once the format and once the decisions are made on how it's going to run and who's going to be there. I think then we can talk about that further and see whether it's going to be exciting or not. But things will change. Things never stay the same. You know that. Things never stay the same. There's always decisions are made for the betterment, but we'll have to wait and see what the format is, how it's going to happen, and then we can talk further.
I was going to say, maybe a little catchphrase for the ladies. Maybe we might even decide to print a couple of T-shirts for them to remember a very special line, and I'm motivated by, Lieutenant General Ntantla Mkhwana's line of you delete, we retrieve. But we're not there. We're talking about, for them, it'll be a case of a semi-final spot means World Cup qualification. A semi-final spot means World Cup qualification. Full stop. How's that?
That's the first thing, Rob. That's the first thing, and that what impressed me most was the senior players. You remember we had this young group playing the COSAFA Cup, and then we had 7 or 8 players on the sidelines doing training with the team, also training on match days in the evening with the other group of players that didn't get 60 minutes or more. The shape that they came in, everybody knows what it's about. It's about qualifying for the World Cup. So, all the players out there are eligible, to get into the squad. But I must say I was impressed with the likes of Bambanani and Bani, the senior players, the Philwe Chani, Linda Motlalo, those players that came in, Tembi that came in, they were absolutely in magnificent shape. Whereas the local players hadn't started their pre-season, but some of the local players really raised their hands and said, look, this is for World Cup. We are ready. So, not having the WAFCON at that time was disappointing, but I think it gives us more time. We will now have 4 friendlies, maybe 5 friendlies, because we play Japan in June and then possibly a friendly just before we leave. The league would have started, so match fitness is really, really important. And that might have been a stumbling block at the WAFCON because we hadn't played any matches. So that will probably, yes, we're disappointed, but it's probably a good sign. We have more time now. We have more friendlies now, more game time in Hollywood Bets, and that augurs well for the team as well.
Thanks for parking on the side of the road, Desiree. Nice, clear, and very loud. We wish you the best. We wish the team the best. And I'm more than certain that you and I are going to be chatting pretty soon, even before you embark on that trip. Thank you, Des, and all the best.
Always a pleasure, Rob. Thank you.
#MSW live now on 947 Vuma FM, Rise FM, and Sowetan Live at the same time. #MSW.
Ma'am, do you know why I pulled you over?
No.
Your tires.
Yes?
They're nice. Like premium nice.
Thanks.
And all these bags? It's a lot.
Well, I got Easter eggs, hot cross buns, rotisserie.
Everyone's talking about the best drive. Get a lot more vouchers galore promo. Get a free Woolworths voucher up to 1,200 Rand when you buy Continental tires 17-inch and up. Get to best drive now. T's and C's apply.
Welcome to Nando's Testimonials.
It's the flavor!
Real reviews by real people. Today's testimonial comes from Jeff in Kempton Park. Now, Jeff seems to be a man of very few words. We've asked him to use his few words to tell us what he thinks of our flame-grilled peri-peri full chicken with any 2 sharing sides for $2.83. Jeff?
Nice.
Well, there you have it. When the meal is such a mouthful, you really only need a few words, I guess. Nando's. Oh, what a place.
Ekurhuleni, are you ready for an Easter weekend like no other at St. Dunstan's College? Expect action, adrenaline, and competition like no other. 39 schools, 1,000 sporting students. Join us for the biggest high school multi-sporting event in Ekurhuleni. Sporting codes like rugby, hockey, netball, and Easter market and food court. St. Dunstan's Easter Sports Festival 2 to 6 April. In association with Meat World, your friendly family butcher.
Babe, you're not going to believe what just happened. I turned my back for like 2 seconds and the boys found the Easter Bunny's stash of eggs and decided to tuck in. I may have also sampled some anyway. Please ask the Easter Bunny to pick up more treats and hide them really, really well this time. Thank you.
Find your happy place with Woolies. Look out for savings on your Easter faves from hot cross buns to pickled fish and more. Coming soon. T's and C's apply. Woolworths, the difference.
Dreaming of your next getaway? Whether it's a sun-soaked beach escape, an adventure-packed tour, or a luxury cruise, Flight Centre is your centre for travel. We make travel easy, affordable, and stress-free. Plus, you can enjoy exclusive traveler perks with our frequent flighty rewards program. Flight Centre's got you covered. Visit your nearest Flight Centre store or online at flightcentre.co.za. Flight Centre, your centre for travel.
Imagine every day was payday. That light, easy feeling when you don't have to do mental maths in the aisle, when you can say yes to the basics and still sneak in a little treat. Well, that's exactly what Walmart's everyday low prices feel like. You don't have to wait for month-end promotions. Walmart keeps prices low every day. Visit Walmart Clearwater, Fourways, and Boxburg or download the app. Save money, live better.
Previously on Marawa Sports Worldwide.
The man at the forefront of it all, the regional managing director of Live Golf, Chris Bentley. And when you look at Live Golf, I mean, it's built a reputation for blending sport with entertainment. I mean, how intentional was that festival-style approach in shaping the South African experience?
Absolutely. I think, we've got a unique product. I would say, a bit like the evolution of cricket, how it's evolved into T20 with entertainment and the inclusion of family. And, you come to a Live Golf event and there's something for everyone. We currently have 40% of our fans that attend have never been to a golf tournament in their lives. And so there's something for everybody. If they're coming there to see the world's best golfers, or they want to be entertained with all the festivities, or they want to stay on and listen to Calvin Harris at the event, it's really a family day out, and it's quite a spectacle.
MSW. MSW.
Hi Rob, this is Tommy. Greetings to you and greetings to Kalusha Bwara. Rob, I think this is a lesson to Danny Jordan that everything is not about money. Danny Jordan should use people like Benny McCarthy. They are not in the world, Rob. As you were saying to Kalusha, that connections, being connected. Benny McCarthy must be used by South Africa to secure such high-profile friendlies. Honestly speaking, there's no way you can pay $5 million to play a friendly match. You understand? If those things are considered, Danny Jordan should take a leave from Kalusha Bwala and use former players, non-former players like Benny McCarthy. Thanks, Rob.
Good evening, Rob. Good evening to MSW family. Uchiko Mden. Wow, what an interesting situation. Zambia are able to secure a friendly with Argentina with all costs paid for by the Argentinian FA, while Bafana Bafana are unable to raise over 85 million rands demanded by Brazil to secure a friendly. Really, our legends need to be questioning themselves and doing an introspection. Are they really networking and maintaining good relations out there? With Chico Mdin, I listen to the radio.
Yeah, powerful one, eh, Chico? I agree with you 10,000%.
85 million for Brazil to play with South Africa, and yet we are a member of BRICS. Come on, please. No.
Hey, member of BRICS or not, hey, you have to pay. You have to fork out the money. 85 million rand, eh? But guys, before we head off to the US and chat to Melissa Reddy, here was that moment that kind of made all of us yesterday have a little emotional think back of the greatness of this man.
Salah goes again. Salah still. Mohamed Salah! Mohamed Salah! That's an amazing goal! It's a work of genius!
Hello everyone. Unfortunately, the day has come. This is the first part of my farewell. I will be leaving Liverpool at the end of this season. I wanted to start by saying that I never imagined how deeply this club, this city, these people would become part of my life. Liverpool is not just a football club. It's a passion, it's a history, it's a spirit I can't explain in a word to anyone not part of this club. We celebrated victory, we won the most important trophies, and we fought together through the hardest time in our life. I want to thank everyone who was part of this club throughout my time here, especially the teammates, past and present, and to the fans. I don't have enough words. The support you showed me through the best time of my career, and you stood by me in the toughest time, is something I will never forget, and something I will take it with me always. Leaving is never easy. You gave me the best time of my life. I will be always one of you. This club will always be my home, to me and to my family. Thank you for everything. Because of all of you, I will never walk alone.
Oh man, he says leaving is not easy.
Good evening, Mr. Marawa. Oroni Masikane from Orange Farm, a Liverpool supporter. You know, for once, I'm happy. I'm happy he's leaving Liverpool. You know, that man, he has done so much for the team. He has done so much for the team. Yeah, it was hard time for him to leave the team to other greener pastures. That man, he deserves a statue at Anfield. He did the best for us, man. I'm so happy for him he's leaving.
Hashtag MSW. No protection. No PR spin.
And they put the mood in, they put the mood.
Just accountability.
Yo. Ay. They can't even talk anymore.
Marawa Sports Worldwide on 947. Vuma FM, Rise FM, and Sowetan Live.
Be interesting to know what your fond memories of Mo Salah are, because like I say, with such an illustrious career under his belt, it is, it's hard to swallow, because it's become part and parcel of the DNA, that which is Liverpool and all the Liverpool fans. And that is why, when the music fades, the moment never ever disappears. We're talking about legacy, we're talking about greatness, and the first note of a farewell that will echo through generations. I mean, as we step into the spotlight, the story kind of feels very poetic. The slow, emotional curtain call of a king, and not just any king. I'm talking about the Egyptian king himself, Mo Salah, from the Kop to Cairo. Through those wonder goals to iconic celebrations. I mean, he didn't just pay for Liverpool FC. I'm talking about playing for them. He turned those stadiums into temples. And that's why his legacy lives on. And with the end kind of drawing near, the football world kind of holds its breath as one of the Premier League's greatest prepares to take his final bow in red. And also behind every legend lies a deeper story woven with those untold moments. And also the human journey kind of rises. There's pressure, fractures, pivotal decisions to guide us through one of the most respected voices in football journalism, author, an insider, storyteller, joining us live now from the United States of America. For the next 6 minutes, Melissa Reddy, Premier League senior reporter and also brilliant mind behind the book that peels back the layers of Mo Salah's incredible journey. Melissa, good evening and welcome.
You know what, Robert? I was not expecting an early goodbye for Mohamed Salah, but I am absolutely delighted that he's getting it, because God Almighty, there are very, very few players who deserve the level of adoration and joyousness and exuberance he's going to feel from now till the end of the season.
What shocked you the most?
I wasn't really shocked by the announcement. Maybe the timing of it, I wasn't expecting that. But you could see from this season already, mentally, emotionally, physically, he's not enjoying himself. He's not at the condition he wants from himself. And the team is not geared to get the best out of his strengths. So it makes sense that instead of just trying to roll with it and force through it, if he's not enjoying himself, enjoying his football, feeling like he's still being maximized, he's got a short career left, so he has to do what's right for him. And also, I think this is right for Liverpool Football Club, because they can transition and move forward in the way that they want to without trying to hurt and hamper his legacy in the same way.
All right, so the big thing, and again, courtesy of all the listeners, the shareholders of this show, I'm congratulating you before I tell them what we're congratulating you about. It was sheer irony. I mean, last night you popped out what the book's going to look like, and this is your dream. I mean, you've always spoken about it. It's Melissa Reddy, right at the top, Only Mo Salah, an intimate portrait of the Egyptian king. And it's coming out, you say, available from the 13th of August, 2026. So well done on that. And I would imagine you've had lots and lots of conversations with Mo. You've been pitchside. You've had moments when he'd walk off and he's angry or happy. What's the defining moment that you can almost tease us about with regards to waiting until August for this book and given the moment that we're talking about now?
Do you know what? Mohamed Salah has achieved so much for such a long period of time. He's been this mega star, yet so much is unknown about him, unknown about his journey, the amount of untold stories in this book from teammates, friends, family, his community in Egypt, people around the national team, about not just what he's like as a player and his drive and focus, but what he's like as a human being. And I think when people realize what Salah the person is like, and when you have to consider all these greatest ever lists that are being done, yeah, people can have goals, they can have trophies, they can have lots of appearances and experience, lots of trophies. But can they come from a rural village in Egypt, reach the very, very top of their sport, while being very unapologetically Muslim in an increasingly Islamophobic world, where you can be a hero to absolute millions of people around the world, to the entire Arab nation, carry all of that with such a grace and such a drive. Throw away all those lists. Because who is better? Who is more important? Who has done more for their people than Mohamed Salah? And I think when you read the book, it becomes so apparent that what we've witnessed is unlike anything we've seen before.
Sure. I'm even scared, and that's why I hate time, Melissa. We might be in different time zones right now, but I think that picture that you painted and the elaborate nature, and I think it's very important where people try and take shortcuts. Yes, he's known as Mo Salah, but Mohamed Salah is his name, and we all have to, in one way or the other, respect that. I want to take this conversation further. You and I will have a negotiation off air for a day where we can expand, because this story is a story that's evolving. There's no full stop to it. We'll touch on the book. We'll talk about his career. We'll talk about you yourself. But I just wanted to squeeze that in before we say goodbye to all our listeners. And thank you so much. I mean, you painted a beautiful picture, and there'll be more to talk about. Thanks to Melissa Reddy joining us live from the United States of America. And what a moment. I think she just summarized what Mohamed Salah is all about. We'll take more of your thoughts, as I say, when we do expand and continue on another day with this conversation. We'll be back again tomorrow. Another busy day on #MSW Marawa Sports Worldwide. Probably brought to you by Hollywood Bets.
Let's go! The moments you remember. The games you can't forget. Marawa Sports Worldwide on 947, Vuma FM and Rise FM. Powered by Hollywood Bets.